Hi, I'm Carly Marcades, and I'm a part of the Art Appreciation online class, and this is my visual analysis presentation. I decided to do my presentation on The Weeping Woman, which was made by Pablo Picasso in 1937, and this is an oil painting that is on a canvas. This painting is a portrait of a woman who's crying, and she's holding a handkerchief up to her face to catch her tears as they flow. This portrait is very geometric, as you can see. There's many shapes, many objects that make up the woman's face, which is somewhat abstract. There's not many usual natural human features in this painting, so it's definitely looked at as a sort of abstract collage that creates her face, because there's so many different shapes, there's different objects and features that can be pointed out by the viewer that makes up this woman's face. The tone of the painting is very sad and grieving, as you can see her crying, and she looks like she's in a lot of pain emotionally. This painting is a lot more realistic than many Cubism arts, considering you can point out her natural face features such as her eyes, her nose, her eyebrows, her fingers. You can tell that it is a woman. It's not just abstract, it's not just shapes. This painting was painted after the Spanish Civil War, which is why the woman is crying. It's in connect with that. And she's very in sorrow and she's in mourning. This painting was believed to be a part of a series of paintings, because before this there was a work by Pablo Picasso called Guernica, which was also based around the war and showed the hardships and the sadness that the people went through as the war went on and it ended. Picasso utilized the space of the canvas to fill it with the woman's face, which makes her face the main focal point and creates a very large figure for the painting. So that is the only thing that you really focus on. It's the only thing that you really analyze when you look at this painting. And all the different shapes and objects that make up her face keeps the viewer wondering. It keeps you looking at the painting and wanting to see more aspects and perspectives of it. The main focal point to me of her actual face is the bright blue and white, because it is the brightest part of the painting and the most pure part of the painting, which is where it shows her actually crying. It shows her tears and her handkerchief catching them, which is why the painting, I'm sure, is called The Weeping Woman. It wants you to see that this woman is in pain and she is crying and upset. The painting is very two-dimensional. It's very flat. Although there are shapes, the shapes do not have any depth. They don't have any vanishing points or shadows behind them. So the painting is very two-dimensional. It's very flat. You can tell that it was painted on a canvas. It doesn't look extremely realistic like some other paintings in the past have been. Although this painting is not traditionally a painting of a person or a portrait of someone, the woman you see in the painting definitely gives you a feeling of sadness. It definitely feels very real, very sad. You can tell that she's very much in distress. There are many shapes in this painting, but also aside from that, there are a lot of colors in this painting, which goes along with the abstract idea of the painting and makes it a lot more unique in its way of being executed. I think that the different colors, considering there's some bright, there's some dark, we would call that analogous colors and complementary colors, because they're very compare and contrast. I think it goes along with the sadness that she's feeling. I think it gives a little bit of a emotional chaos feeling, just because there is so much going on in this painting at once. I think looking at this as somewhat of a collage is very accurate, because there is so much to look at. You can analyze any part of this painting and see something different. You might miss something the first time you look at it and go back and see something different. Regarding to the colors also, it is believed that these colors have somewhat to do with the Spanish culture, because they go along with the Spanish culture and other paintings that have been painted surrounding the Spanish culture, which also ties into what I talked about earlier, which it was painted after the Spanish Civil War and surrounded by that. So I had a lot of fun analyzing this painting. It's a very beautiful painting. It's very different and unique, and that's why I chose it. And yeah, I hope that you guys see something in it maybe that I didn't see, or can tell me something a little different from your perspective of this painting. Thank you for watching.